In this video, I'm going to show you how we transformed our back deck from this to this in about 2 weeks. So stay tuned and I'll show you the process. We plan on replacing this composite deck that we have right here with some actual wood deck. It's a bit of a daunting task because it is a fairly long deck. I've never done this before, so I'll just have to see how it goes. Anyway, I'll put the picture up of what we have mocked up of what we want to do. Let me just walk you through the deck as it is currently, and I'm hoping that the treated deck boards will actually look better than it does currently. So you can see here that this composite decking is pretty dated, and I don't know if you can tell from the video, but the deck is actually a little bit warped in the middle here, and I think it's because there's a board that needs replaced, and they also put the boards on 16 on center, the joists on 16 on center instead of 12 foot like you're supposed to with composite. So, and you can tell it's pretty, ratty composite. I'm hoping to sell some of this because I know that resale, even on old composite, it's pretty decent. So I might be able to recoup some of our cost of the actual wood for a wood deck. But planning on taking out these old dated railings and putting in some metal cable rails, which I think will modernize it a bit. And then over here on this section, next to our grill pad that we just made, we plan on doing a lower deck area, which I think will be pretty neat. So where I have it marked off right now, this is where we're gonna drop down and do a bit of a floating deck in that area for some lounge chairs and kind of just hanging out while someone over here is grilling on the grill pad area. All right, so I'm about a third of the way through getting some of these deck boards off of the deck here, and I can definitely tell why it was sagging. You can see here that these joists span probably about 10 feet or more between the center joist. So obviously that's going to cause some sagging here in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a beam out of some 2x6s, maybe even a 2x8, put it underneath here perpendicularly to these and lift it up and jack it up, put some pavers down below and hold them up with some 4x4s, and I'm hoping that should straighten out the deck. It's been a lot of work. All these screws are probably about 20 years old, and they're the square head, they're all rusted, so it takes a lot to get these out. I'm thinking that I should have the demo done within a week or so, and then I can get started on leveling it out and then putting the new deck boards on. I was able to get all the deck boards off finally. It took forever. My hands are killing me. And then what I did was I put some, and I'll zoom in here, I put some beams down the center supported by concrete bases here. And I did that for every section. Let's see here. So for every section, it has this new support beam so that they're not spanning such a wide space. And I have leveled it, and so it looks pretty good now in terms of level. And now I'm just sistering in some extra support. So these boards basically just drill straight into these other boards, and then I put a couple screws into the support beam there at the end. And so I'm going to do that for each section where it may be sagging still a little bit, just to straighten it out even more, and should give it extra support, make it a lot stronger. I do plan on putting another support over here with the concrete deck block, and then soon I can get to our floating pad that's going to be right here. Surprise, the deck is pretty much done. Once I sistered in those supporting joists, I went ahead and started putting deck boards on, and that went super quick. I'll just sort of walk you around the deck here. Did this portion today, this little sun area we added, and then these deck boards went on really nice. Did these stairs, just a couple boxes with some deck boards on top, and then starting to do the cable railing, which we went with Musada, and figured we'd be able to get a lot of support if anything happened to, you know, the posts, like they rusted or something like that. So anyway, really happy with how this is turning out. I am excited to finish up and get it cleaned up and get everything on the deck, get the cable rails in. That should be my last update, one of my last updates. Right here in this area that I'm pointing at right now, we plan to do a pergola. So it'll be about a 10 by 10 pergola, and then we can hang out outside when it's raining, or when the sun's too bright coming in from the west, we can pull down a shade and still sit outside. So anyway, like I said, I feel like it went really well. I'm really happy with it and excited to finish up. I wanted to give you all a final tour of the finished product. We actually were able to get the cable rails up. There was a bit of a learning curve with the cable rail, but once I got the hang of it, they went in pretty smoothly. Let me walk you through. So like I said, this portion right here is our lower portion of the deck where we can put some lounge chairs and just kind of hang out here. And then this little path here will go up to the area where we have a table, and we have put an umbrella on it, and it steps down to this lower section here, which is nice. You keep walking, and then we have a seating area with, I called it a pergola, but it's considered a gazebo, which is very odd. I've never seen one that looks like that before, but it's by Domi, and it's covered. It was pretty easy to put up. It's actually easier than the cable rail to put up, and so it's provided us with an area, nice area here, where we can then sit down, enjoy our gas fire pit here, and hang out on the deck, covered from either bright sunshine coming in or some light rain. It doesn't completely block out heavy rain, but if it's just light rain, it's fine. And then here's some more of the rail. Like I said, we went with Musada. We added some railing there that I actually just ripped a 2x8 for. So you can come down here to our grill pad area where we've set up a grill station that has been really nice for our days outside, where I can just grill here and everyone can hang out on the deck. So anyway, it turned out really nice. And if you want, I can do a video review of the Musada cable railings, just to kind of tell you guys some caveats of it and what the learning curve actually was. I'm happy to do that if anyone wants to see that. So here it is.